What is going on, guys? It is Parker here bringing y'all another video. For today, we are going to be going over exactly how much it cost me to build this whole system. The big old box, the 612s, the Taramps 12K, and the big old 4-channel amps, speakers, batteries, everything, guys. We're going to go over it all, so stay tuned. What is going on? Thank y'all so much for checking in. Super exciting video, guys. Cannot wait to go over all this for you. I've had so many people asking me, what it costs to do something like this, especially when you're me and you're a little bit more of a budget builder. But so yeah, we're going to go exactly over what all it is cost. First off, just for anybody who is new, let's take a quick look at this just so y'all can see what we got going on here. We have 6 12 audio pipe BDC4s in this big old box tuned to I think around 29 hertz. We do have some sound cubed speakers right in there. Of course, Taramps 12K with all this wire, fuses. We got lithium battery banks. And then we have a Sundown Sfb 500.4 over there. And then up here we have little custom door panels with some big old Defbon's Arnold speakers, and then the sound cubed super tweeters. We got our little bass knob and voltmeter. We got a Pioneer deck AGM battery, just a full throttle battery. Then we got 2 strands of power wire running to the back over there. And then we have wire ran down through here to the Brand X alternator that is right down there. That is basically what we got going on. So really, really fun build. I know a ton of y'all have watched me do this. You've given me so many great ideas and just been so supportive over this. So super awesome. Could not have done it without y'all. I want y'all to leave a comment letting me know how much you think this build cost. And then at the end, of course, I'll show the total and we'll see. But anyway, yeah, let me know what y'all think. And let's jump into it. I think we're going to start up front with the head unit and just kind of work our way back. To start out, guys, we have this Pioneer. Let's see if we can get the focus. This is a DMH 1500 NEX. Sorry, it's pretty dusty in here. Let's turn this guy on just so you can see. So here it is, guys. Really cool. Like it a lot. Has Apple CarPlay and all the good stuff. Overall, it's done pretty good, but it really hasn't been perfect. My main issue with it is kind of slow, so that's a bummer, but oh well, it is what it is. It gets the job done. It just takes forever to hook up to Apple CarPlay. And then the second main issue is the RCAs on these things. They just don't ground very well. So if you saw my last video, had a bunch of trouble getting my door speakers not to buzz pretty bad, but I did figure it out just by grounding those RCA jacks a little bit better. But apparently that is a pretty big issue with these units. So guys, I have a little sheet over here, and the head unit was $270. Now, next up on this sheet is wire. I've had to order a ton of wire for this thing, but actually 283 bucks, guys, really isn't too bad. All OFC wire running to the back. This is all 0 gauge, and it's all sky-high car audio wire. Really nice, big old oversized wire. Absolutely love it, guys. It's probably the best bang for the buck you really get with wire as well. But we've got all that wire running up through here. We've got a bunch of strands of wire running through here. We've got grounds running back. Got a ton of wire running up to the amp and whatnot. So overall, that really isn't too bad. Next up, we have got lugs. I spent 50 bucks on lugs, so I do get nice, big, and beefy copper lugs, so that's been pretty good. I spent only 10 bucks on fuses. I probably spent a little more, honestly, but from the receipts I could find, that's what I have. And then I had $92 in miscellaneous stuff. That was just little other, like, wires and screws and washers and nuts and just all kinds of little super random stuff. We have battery terminals. That's $63. And that's these guys right here by Sky High Car Audio. These things are awesome. Great terminals. Next up, we've got the plywood base. So that is down here. I built a full level plywood base that everything sits on just to keep it nice and sturdy and level. The bottom of this car is not level at all. And then I carpeted it, which came out really nice. But that was 32 bucks for that. And then another 22 bucks on carpet. And then over here we've got our bass knob at 25 bucks. So that's just this little CT Sounds bass knob. It is pretty cool though. It has a voltmeter. You can turn it on and off from here. Now, next up, guys, I've got RCAs. Now, I've really only had to buy 2 actual RCAs for this. For the amp, I've got these Sky High Car Audio RCAs over here. And for like 10 or 11 bucks, these things are awesome. They're solid. They feel really, really good. They clip on there great. And they've given me no problems. I've had no whine or any issues whatsoever with them. And then for my 4-channel amp, got these, it's either Canoe or New Concept RCAs. These are the nicest RCAs they make. They are like triple shielded and everything, just so you won't get any whine or anything from them. And they are great, great RCAs. I think it was about 40 for the whole thing, but yeah, overall, 52 bucks on RCAs. Not really too bad. Now, next up, I've got $161 for speakers and tweeters. Now, what that consists of is we've got the SoundCubed. I don't remember the exact model number. And then I had the SoundCubed 6.5-inch speakers up here. So that's where I got my dollar amount off of. DefBonce did send me these, so that's what I'm running at the moment. And then I, of course, got these SoundCubed tweeters. These things are awesome. Have loved them. So yeah, that's where I'm getting my number of $161. Here are the boxes and model numbers of these speakers. These are the QSX 652. And then these are what I had up front, QP MR 6.5. So overall, really, really great speakers. So between both of those and the tweeters, 161 bucks. Now, next up, we have the 250 amp alt. That was $354. It is a 250 amp alternator. And that was the biggest one that Brand X recommended me to get for this car. Works flawlessly with my lithium batteries. And I never ever see my volts get below 12, even at full blast. So have been really, honestly, pretty happy with it. Okay, guys, now let's talk about these amps just for a quick sec. First of all, over here, we have the Sundown Sfb 500.4D. And this amp is awesome for a full-bridged amp. We get 2,000 watts packed into a tiny, small space. And honestly, the 427 bucks really isn't that bad, in my opinion. Seems to be a really great amp. The quality seems to be excellent. So much nicer quality-wise as compared to my Taramps over here. So Sundown coming in pretty clutch with a decent budget, pretty well-made, full-bridged, full-channel amp over here. So I really, really do seem to like it pretty good. And then over here, guys, we have my Taramps 12K. Now this thing is a monster, as y'all have seen in my videos, and it's just a great budget amp. You really can't get this much power out of many other budget amps. So 12,000 watts, this thing has been great. Now that being said, I have had some issues. This is actually the 3rd amp I've had to get. The first one I got showed up damaged, so Sky High Car Audio sent me out a new amp, so that wasn't a big deal. Just took some time, and then I actually ended up frying one of these amps, so I did have to buy a second one. Now that being said, guys, it frying was totally my fault. I was being dumb and I accidentally shorted the 2 wires while the car was on, so totally my fault that happened. But now this cost me 680 bucks. And so far, guys, it has been great. I've had no problems with it. I'm just way more careful, you know, when I'm messing with it now than I was with the previous amp. So overall, 680 bucks for 12,000 watts. Guys, that is unheard of value. Just got to be careful that you don't blow one, and then you're kind of in trouble. Now, I am thinking about possibly swapping this out to the Sundown Sfb. I think it's a 13.5K. That amp would be killer in here. It would look so good. And it would just be a better quality amp overall, but I'm not sure. For now, we're going to keep running with this. Now, next up, guys, we've got these dual inputs over here. And they were actually only 27 bucks, so I got a really good deal on these. Don't know if you can find them this cheap again, but yeah, that's what I spent. Really not bad at all. These things are great quality. The big old Sky High, oversized, 0-gauge wire fits in them no problem, and they go right into the Taramps really securely. And they look really, really good in my opinion, so super happy with those. Now, next up over here, we have my Lithium bank. It's 128 amp hours of headway cells built into here, and it was $900 total. That's to build both these banks. These things are great. Now, that $900 includes the case, includes the bus bars, includes the balancers, and all the cells. So overall, that is a great AH per dollar ratio. So super, super happy with this. Great DIY setup, guys. I do have some videos if y'all want to check out how to build one of these or a couple of these just like I did. Overall, have been super happy with it, and it's given me no problem. All right, guys, last but certainly not least, we have got, of course, what everybody wants to see, and that's the 612s in the big old box over here. So let's go over what all that cost. First of all, the box itself, it cost me $351. Now, that was all the plywood. I want to say I needed 4 sheets of 3/4 inch plywood, and plywood is super expensive now because of COVID. I think it was over like 40 bucks a sheet or something. I don't remember exactly, but it was quite expensive compared to what it used to be. And then I had to get these 3 big ass ports, and then I had to get screws and glue and stain, a bunch of other stuff. Now I had a bunch of the screws, and I think I had the stain sitting around, so if I hadn't had those, it would have been even more expensive. But yeah, 351 bucks. And then finally up here, guys, we have the 612s. Now these are the Audio Pipe BDC 4s. So I think at the moment the biggest sub you can get from Audio Pipe. They used to have some bigger ones, but the biggest ones you can get at the moment. Now again, because of COVID, these things were way more expensive than they used to be. You used to be able to pick these things up for 160 bucks a piece, but because of COVID, couldn't do that. I was actually in a huge scramble trying to find subs. American Bass was sold out of everything. Scar was sold out of about everything. So many other companies, guys, were just sold out. So these were really the only thing I could get, but I love Audio Pipe, so I'm super happy I was able to scoop them up. And the grand total for all 6 of these subs was $1,407. So that was definitely a blow to my bank account, but had to do what I had to do, guys, to get these done and ready for the show for y'all. And it has been totally worth it, guys. Puts a huge smile on my face. Now I've given demos, guys, to dozens and dozens and dozens of people, and when you see the smile on their face, guys, it just makes like this so worth it. It's just incredible. So happy I got these. Well, I'm sure I am missing some things, but that's everything I could find. I do keep really good track of all my expenses when I'm doing this for taxes and whatnot, since, you know, YouTube is a business to me. So I was able to find all the receipts and add everything up really easily. But let's go over the grand total, guys. Now, before I say what the grand total is, I spent $3,000 on this Sequoia, which was an insane deal. So I am super fortunate I was able to get it for that price. But as everybody says, when you're a bass head, you're going to have more in your system than you have in your car, and that is totally the case here, guys. The grand total for everything that we just went over is $5,227. Now, to me that feels like a lot of money, but for what you're getting here, that's really not that bad. I'll see people spending $10K on a system easy in no time, so I think overall, that's pretty good for a somewhat budget, you know, little bit bigger system. Let's get a little look up at that for y'all. You can just see everything all listed out there, guys, and there it is, $5,227. Guys, that is crazy. Ton of money to be spending on something like this, in my personal opinion, but again, these smiles it puts on people's faces totally makes it worth it, and being able to make content for y'all is so much fun, guys, and y'all are always so appreciative. Cannot thank y'all enough, guys. I am just so appreciative of everything y'all have done and allowed me and helped me build this really fun system. Okay, guys, let me know, was that number of $5,227 close to what y'all guessed at the beginning of the video, or were you just way off? Let me know in the comments. Well, guys, I think that is going to do it for this video. Again, thank you all so much for watching. As I've said, could not do what I do without y'all. And stay tuned for more videos coming up soon. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your day.